Ya Hussein, 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 Ajal, Ajal.
وعلى أعدائهم أجمعين من الآن إلى قيام يوم الدين. أما بعد. We started talking about the 12th Imam yesterday, and we said we'll talk about the signs of his reappearance, inshallah. Does anyone know how old the 12th Imam is? 1050. He is born in 255 Hijrah, and this Nima Shaban, 15th of Shaban, 1432, he became 1100 and he was from, sorry, I'm just guessing, 70 something or 69 or something like that, and this is now 1433 we've started. That's how old the 12th Imam is. And Hazrat Isa alayhi salam is a lot older, Jesus. When Hazrat Isa reappears, how old will he look? 33. He will look 33. That's how old he was when he was raised to the heavens. And when the 12th Imam alayhi salam reappears, he will look about 40. That's what the Holy Prophet said. He said he will look, the 12th Imam alayhi salam will look about 40 years of age. A lot of people will lose faith, and a lot of people will be, they will be quite hasteful. Musta'jalun, the hadith says. They will be hasting. Why isn't he coming? What's wrong? And they will lose faith. Sabr is one of the most important things, and patience. To have strong faith, and with all of that patience, you wait for the 12th Imam. So the people who try and haste, they lose faith. There are many, many minor signs of the reappearance of the 12th Imam Islam. Amongst these signs are the climate change, a lot of female prime ministers and presidents that we have only started in the 20th century. Before that we didn't have any, even in the Western world. America still hasn't had a female president, but a lot of the European countries have had a lot of. We've had queens always, but we've not had any, prime ministers or presidents before the 20th century. Also, one of the signs that will appear is, I have to say this even though there are children here, but homosexuality is one of the signs. People will, that's how evil things will get. And a lot of the people will return back to the same old practices that the people before Islam were. They will become again, many of them will become quite evil. Good things will become evil, and evil will become good. So if you stop someone from doing evil, they will say, who are you to stop him? They will not help you, they will help the evil. That is one of the signs of Akhir Zaman. And the Quran talks about many of these signs, that people will be weakened. وَنُرِيدُ أَن تُضْعِفُ فِي الْأَرْضِ وَنَجْعَلْهُمْ أَئِمَّةً وَنَجْعَلْهُمُ الْوَارِثِينَ. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says, and the people who were weakened on earth. This verse is about Hazrat Musa alayhi salam and his people. The ones who were, istud'ifu is the ones who are weakened, da'if. The ones who are weakened on earth. Allah says that we will give them the leadership, and we will make them the inheritors of the earth. And this verse also indicates upon the 12th Imam al-Islam. There are many, many other verses. What is the best proof? If someone says, what is the proof that the 12th Imam is still present? He's already, he is born. What is the proof that you would, if a person says to you, give me a proof from the Holy Quran, what surah or what ayah would you give to them? Anyone? Surah Qadr. Surah Inna Anzalnahu Fi Laylatil Qadr. Why? Because of one verse in it. تَنَزَّلُ الْمَلَائِكَةُ وَالرُّوحُ فِيهَا بِإِذْنِ رَبِّهِمْ مِنْ كُلِّ أَمْرٍ. In this night, in the night of Qadr, all the angels and Ruhul, they come down, they descend to earth with every affair. They say what will happen all through this year, who will die, who will live, what sustenance anyone gets, everything. All the details. They bring down all the details in this night, Shab Qadr, which is in the month of Ramadan, Laylatul Qadr, and they bring everything. Anything that will happen. Who do they bring it to? In the time of the Holy Prophet, they used to bring everything to him. And after him, they used to bring everything to Imam Ali alayhi salam. And after Imam Ali alayhi salam to Imam Hassan, and so on and so forth, until the 12th Imam alayhi salam. Today, every Qadr, the angels come down. And when they come, they bring everything to the 12th Imam. If someone says that no, they bring everything to us, then they say that, do you see the angels?
No.
We will only see one angel, the angel of death. No other angels. If anyone claims that I see angels, then just feel sorry for them.
Well, you said that they know everything. Does it mean that they have the book of Law and Mahfuz?
The angels, they bring everything from Lawh Mahfuz to the Imam alayhi salatu wassalam. Because he is the biggest proof of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala on earth. So everything is brought to the Imam alayhi salam. Everything that happens and all the rules and everything. Now, there are many other ayahs in the Holy Quran that I can talk about, but I do not wish to go into that. But the 12th Imam when he comes, there are many, many minor signs. Inshallah, you will go and see there are some websites now that talk about the signs. There is one hadith by Imam Jafar Sadiq alayhi salam. That mentions about 50 minor signs, 50 signs, that these things will happen before the 12th Imam comes. And then there are some other hadiths. One hadith I was reading, Tafsir Safi, by the Holy Prophet himself, and he gave many, many signs. It was about 3 pages. I did not count all the signs that he's mentioned, but the Holy Prophet mentioned a lot of signs, that these are the signs that will, these are the things that will happen before the Dhuhur, and that's when the Prophet will come. La yabqa min al-Qur'an illa rasman. Imam al-Islam says a very beautiful hadith, that the Qur'an, only the writing will remain. People will not be practicing it. The mosques will be extremely beautiful, very well decorated, but people will not attend. And likewise, there is a whole detail of other things. Now, the major signs that I want to talk about, not the minor signs. There are many, many minor signs, but major signs. There are some about 4, 5, or probably 6 major signs. These signs are that as soon as these happen, then you should be counting days, and it will not be years, it will be months before the Dhuhur or the reappearance of the 12th Imam al-Islam. Not, because minor signs may still take a long time for the Imam al-Islam to come, probably even years before he comes. Okay? There are many, many minor signs. Now, the major signs. The first major sign is that there will be 3 risings in the month of Rajab. What month is the month of Rajab in Islamic calendar? 7th month or 9th month? 7th. In the 7th month of Rajab, there will be 3 risings. One from Iran, one from Yemen, and the third one from Syria. And there will be 2 good people and 1 bad person. The 2 good people, one from Mashhad, he will be a Sayyid who is a Hassani Sayyid, from Imam Hassan Mujtaba. What are the usual titles given to the Hassani Sayyids? Tabatabai. So an alim who will be Tabatabai will come from Mashhad, and he will basically start to conquer Iran again, and he will go to help Iraq, because there will be attack on Iraq from Syria. The present government should be out of Syria for the Imam to come, and there should be a government of Taliban in Syria. And that is the second rising. He's named as Sufyani. Sufyani, anyone knows why is he called Sufyani? He is from the progeny of lineage of Abu Sufyan. Who was Abu Sufyan? Muawiyah's father and Yazid's grandfather. So someone from Muawiyah's progeny and Yazid's progeny will come. His name will be, anyone? Uthman. So Sufyani's name will be Uthman. Uthman ibn Ambasa. Hadith says that his name will be Uthman ibn Ambasa. Okay? And he will come from a village near Damascus, and he will take over Syria, and he will destroy the present government, and basically he will come to Damascus and take over. The color of his flag will be red. and he will be extremely violent and extremely, like how you see Taliban and, like the terrorists, present-day terrorists. You've all seen a lot of atrocities. You know how they kill people in Pakistan or how. He will have no mercy on anyone. He will ask you, what's your name? And if you say Ali or Hassan or Hussein, he'll kill you there on the spot. 400,000 women he will kill and children in Syria and in Iraq. Who will he kill? Shias. So he's the evil guy. The Tabatabai or the Sayyid Hassani or Khurasani, as his name Khurasani. Why? Because Mashhad is the city and the province is called Khurasan, and he will come from Khurasan. That's why it's called Khurasani. He will be a resident of Khurasan. So he will come from Khurasan and he will be the good person. He will basically rise to go and kill Sufyani and confront him, because he will try and save the Shias. Sufyani will take over Najaf and Kufa. He'll kill something like 19,000 people or 40,000 people in 19 days, something like that. A large number of people. These are the two risings. And the third person will come from Salih or Salih bin Shu'aib. Both have been mentioned. Some have mentioned probably. It is not the doubt from the Imam in Islam, it is the people who are narrating. He is doubtful. He said probably the Imam said Shu'aib bin Salih or Salih bin Shu'aib. Yes? So this is a person who will come from Yemen. And Yemen's revolution should reach a successful end. Approximately, the things have now gone bad. If this is the time of the Dhuhr, which we cannot surely say, then a rising should happen in Rajab. And a person, his banner, his flag, alam, will be white in Yemen. So these are some of the major signs. So the first major sign is that there will be 3 risings. One from Syria, one from Yemen, and one from Mashhad. Okay, everyone? That's one major sign. Second major sign. There will be a scream in the night of Qadr, Laylatul Qadr. And then you will surely know for which night is Laylatul Qadr. We have doubts. One of these 3 nights is Qadr. What are those 3 nights? 19th, 21st, and 23rd. One of these 3 nights is Qadr. And in the night of Qadr, you will have a scream from the heavens. A person will say, Ja al-Haq wa Zahaq al-Batil. The righteous, the ayat from the Holy Quran. The righteous has come and the evil is leaving. And the evil had only come to leave. Now this is a sign that the 12th Imam's coming is only a few months away, 3.5 months away. This is a major sign. This will happen in the last month of Ramadan. Okay? The last month of Ramadan. What day or what month will the 12th Imam come in? Friday? Ashura, 10th of Muharram. The 12th Imam Islam will come on Friday, the 10th of Muharram. Is next year Ashura coming on Friday, anyone? Yes. Now we don't know if this is the last. We just pray that that is. Next year, 2012, Ashura is coming on a Friday. Approximately about the 26th of November, something like that. 25th or 26th of November. Now, this is the second major sign, that there will be a scream in the month of Ramadan from the heavens and everyone will hear it. Now the hadith says everyone will hear it in their own language. People used to say, how is that possible? But today if you hear a scream, and many people are saying, oh, we have now the satellite and we have the television channels and everyone will be announcing, the CNN, the BBC, the Imam is coming. No. Allah will announce it in the language of every person. Or there will be a scream, everyone will hear the scream and they will hear the announcement in their own language. That is a miracle. And the next day, what will happen? Then the CNN and BBC and everyone else will announce. Yeah, there is another hadith that says, the next day, Sufyani will announce that, no, the last night's announcement was wrong. That's not the real Mahdi, it's me. And many people will believe in him. Obviously, what kind of people will believe in him? We all know. Or do we not? If you don't know, then inshallah ask your friends who do know after the class. Do not ask me. But there will be obviously people who are not true Shias. So the people who are not the followers of Ahlul Bayt, they will be misled and they will be misguided and they will start to believe in, a lot of people will say, I'm Mahdi, and they'll be not. If anyone's name is Mahdi, then not him, the real Imam. Imam al-Mahdi Ajjalallahu ta'ala farajah. That is one of the other major signs. One of the other major signs is that the same year after Rajab is the month of Ramadan, and then in Hajj, the 12th month, just before the month of Muharram, because after the 12th month is the first month, so Muharram, the Imam al-Islam said, do you want to know when my son Mahdi is coming? The sixth Imam said, he said, you tell me the murder of Nafs Zakiyya, a Sayyid who is very pure, a very clean, a very pious person, an alim. The day he's murdered, you can count the days, it will be 25 days after his murder, or 23 or 24, something like that. 24 or 25 days after his murder, the 12th Imam al-Islam will come. Because he'll be murdered something like on the 11th of Dhul-Hijjah. A person while doing tawaf in Hajj, yes, Khana Kaaba's tawaf, a person while doing tawaf, he will be an alim, a Shia scholar, will be a Sayyid. While doing tawaf, another person will come and stab him from behind. And this will become the biggest news in the world at the time. And everyone will know. And the Imam al-Islam says, just count the days, 24 days after that, the 12th Imam al-Islam will come. Okay? So these are the major signs. These are major signs of the coming of the 12th Imam al-Islam.
Where will he appear?
Where will he appear? Anyone?
Next to Muqam Ibrahim.
The 12th Imam al-Islam will come from Mecca, from Khana Kaaba, right next to Khana Kaaba on a Friday, Ashura. He will come and he'll say, Ana Mahdi al-Ma'ud. Ana al-Mahdi al-Ma'ud. I am the promised Mahdi. Allah, all the prophets and Imams, they were promised that there will be a man in the last of the times. He will come and fill the earth with peace and justice, as it will be filled before him with injustice and oppression. He will come and fill the earth. He will say that that's me. So he will say that. And when he says that, what do you think will happen? A lot of the Saudis will try and kill him. The 313 that you always hear about, those 313 are the governors of the Imam al-Islam, and these are people like Salman, people like Malik al-Ashtar, people like Habib ibn Mudahir. So those 313 will come and come in the presence of the Imam al-Islam from all over the world. There will be millions of followers for the Imam al-Islam, millions amongst men and women. But there will be 313 people who will be the leaders in their own communities. From all over the world, 313 people will come and meet him, the Imam al-Islam, inside Kaaba, and they will say, Maulana, we are here at your service. And Imam al-Islam will say, okay, now I'll form a government. He'll take over Mecca, and he says, every rule will be according to the fiqh of Ahlul Bayt alayhim salam. And then he will establish control in Mecca, and he will say, now I am moving towards Medina. Those 313 people will be sent back to their own places, to wherever they've come from, all over the world, even from America, and they will go back and tell the people, we are representatives of the 12th Imam al-Islam, and you can go and join them. Okay? The Imam al-Islam, while he is leaving, yes?
So if the Saudis try to kill him, so he gets killed, what's the point of him coming?
No, he will not get killed. The people will try and kill him, but he will be protected from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And obviously he is so brave, and his life is miraculous, so he will not, be killed by any person in the normal sense. Anyway, I don't want to go into that now. But the 12th Imam, when he leaves Mecca for Medina, on the way from Mecca to Medina, an army will be coming to kill the Imam al-Islam of Sufyani, a whole battalion, and they will die at Bayda. This is one of the other major signs. Bayda, there is a village between Mecca and Medina called Bayda. Okay, remember that. The earth will open up and swallow a whole army. And that will be evil army, an army of like Yazidis, Yazid's army, like Yazid's army.
Terrorists.
Abu Sufyan's followers. They will be terrorists. The real terrorists in the real form. Now, they will all die there. The Imam will reach Medina, and then he will point out the grave of Hazrat Fatima Zahra Salamullahi And I'll just give you a little bit of time tonight. The Imam al-Islam, when he comes to Medina, he will point out the grave of Hazrat Zahra, because we still don't know where the real grave of Hazrat Zahra is. There are 3 places in Medina one in Jannatul Baqi, one in the Masjid of the Holy Prophet, and one in the house of Imam Islam. There are 3 marks. Why do we not know the mark of Hazrat Zahra's grave? Because she made a will to Imam Islam, Ya Ali, Ya Abul Hasan, do not bury me during the day. While everyone is sleeping at night, bury me then. Give me ghusl and kafan at night, and you bury me at night. Don't let anyone in the city of Medina, come to my grave. Don't tell anyone that I am dead, so they don't attend my janazah. Only you are allowed, and my 2 sons, Hassan and Hussein, and a few other people, the brothers of Imam Islam, Hazrat Aqil and Hazrat Abdullah ibn Jafar. Very few people. Only 11 people were allowed to attend her funeral. Why did she not allow the people of Medina? Because she said, they've hurt me too much. They've given me so much pain that I do not wish for anyone to attend my janazah. Because the people threw the dough on Hazrat Zahra, and she lost her son Hazrat Muhsin. She had a miscarriage, and after that she became very hurtful. She broke her ribs, and after that she said, Ya Ali, I do not wish for the people of Medina to come to my funeral. No one is allowed. And when the 12th Imam al-Islam comes, he will point out the grave. This is the grave of my grandmother. And for 3 days he will remain there, and then he will remove all the bad people from Medina. And he will say that whoever wants to listen, then I'll give you proofs from the Holy Quran. For 3 days he will give answers from the Holy Quran to everyone. And whoever does not still believe in him, then he'll say, kill them now. And he'll move on, he'll go to Iraq. And when he comes to Iraq, the first place he goes to, it will not be Najaf, it will not be Kazmain, it will not be Samarra, he will not go to Mashhad or Damascus first, not to Qom, not to Baghdad, not to Tehran, nowhere. The first place the 12th Imam comes to will be Karbala. When he comes to Karbala, he will cry very loudly, and he will hold the dhari of Imam Hussain al-Islam, and he will say, these are the words of Ziyarat al-Nahya. He will say, "O my grandfather Hussein, I will cry day and night for you, and I will not let anyone stop me from crying. O my grandfather, even if the people try and stop me, I will not stop crying. O my grandfather, even if my tears dry out, then I will shed blood from my eyes to you. I will cry out blood from my eyes." He will cry loudly, and then he will say, "O my grandfather, whenever my aunts Zainab and Kulsum wanted to cry upon you, the people used to lash them and say, 'Stop crying.' But I will not stop crying today." And he will cry very loudly. The hadith says, the riwayat says, that Imam al-Islam will place his 2 hands, he will open the dhari, he will put his hands inside the grave of Imam Hussain al-Islam. With a miracle, without opening the grave, he will place his 2 hands inside the grave, and by placing his 2 hands inside the grave, he will take out a little baby. And to all the people watching, he will say, "O people, O Shias, tell me for one reason, why was this baby killed?" And when everyone looks, they will see, "Who is this?" He will say, "This is Ali Asghar. This is a son of Hussein ibn Ali. His name is Ali Asghar, a little baby." The Imam will scream, crying loudly, will say, "Oh people, tell me, why did the people kill Ali Asghar? What was his crime? Why was he killed in Karbala? Why did the people shoot an arrow in his ear, and that arrow came out from the other ear? Why was his mother, Rabab, made to watch his death?" And he will cry very loudly, and he will embrace that child in his arms and say, "This is Ali Asghar." When Imam Sajjad al-Salam came to Karbala on the 13th of Muharram to bury all the Shuhada, the Bani Asad, the tribe of Bani Asad, they asked the 4th Imam, they said, "O Sayyid Sajjad, all of these bodies, tell us where to bury them." He said, "This is Ali Akbar, bury him right next to my father Hussein." And then he told them about everyone. And then he said, "Bring my brother Ali Asghar to me." And he said, "I will place my brother Ali Asghar on my father's chest." They said, "Why?" He said, "Because my father was used to of having my sister, the 4-year-old girl, on his chest, and he used to make her sleep on his chest. And from now on, up to the day of judgment, it will be my brother Ali Asghar who will sleep on my father's chest." And he placed Hazrat Ali Asghar on the chest of Imam Hussain al-Islam and said, "Let Ali Asghar sleep on my father's chest." And when he put him to rest, he said, "Now close the grave." Whenever you go to Karbala and whenever you see the pictures, some of the great Ayatullahs, they say, do not ever be deceived by seeing so much light in Karbala. Do not ever be deceived by seeing the golden tomb of Imam Hussain alayhi salam. Do not be deceived Because the body that is inside that grave is full of wounds, and it has all the bones which are broken, all the broken bones of Imam Hussain Islam. Imam Sajjad, when he had placed him inside the grave, the time it was for Imam Hussain Islam, for Imam Sajjad Islam. They say that the Holy Prophet, Imam Ali Islam, Imam Hassan, all of them came to bury Imam Hussain. The Holy Prophet placed his hands just beneath the broken neck of Imam Hussain Islam. Imam Ali Islam placed his hands below the broken ribs of Imam Hussain Islam. Imam Hassan Mustaba held his, and when they all were taking him inside the grave, Imam Sajjad was taking the body of Imam Hussain Islam, and next to him was standing Hazrat Fatima Zahra, and she said, "O Sajjad, be careful, because my son's body is broken all over. All the bones are broken." And when they placed him inside the grave, he closed the grave and he wrote a sentence. Imam Sajjad Islam wrote a sentence. He said, "Hada qabru Abi Abdullah al-Hussein alladhi qutila atshana." This is the grave of Abu Abdullah al-Hussein, who was killed thirsty. He died thirsty. The people killed my father without giving water. Imam Sajjad al-Islam wrote this sentence on the grave with his hand. He said, "This is my father's grave, who was killed without giving water." And after that, whenever Imam Sajjad al-Islam was given water, he would always cry. And he always would say, "Oh people, do not give me water. And even if you do give me water, then do not give me cold water, because whenever I see cold water, I remember my father Hussein." Imam Sajjad used to cry so loudly, and whenever people give him anything, he would say that once he was passing by in the shops, and he saw some sheep that was slaughtered. Imam Sajjad, as soon as he saw the meat, he started crying. And he asked the shopkeeper three questions. He said, "Tell me one thing. When you were about to slaughter the animal, did you sharpen your knife to slaughter the animal?" He said, "Yes, we always sharpen our knives." He said, "Did you give him any water before you killed him?" He said, "Yes, I gave him water before I killed him." He said, "Tell me another question." He said, "Were other sheep watching him when you were killing him?" He said, "No, I always hide the animal before I kill him." Then he turned towards Karbala. He said, "Oh my father, what kind of Muslims these were? They didn't give you any water before killing you. They didn't sharpen the knife before killing you. And they did not even hide you from my aunt Hazrat Zainab Kubra. Your sister was watching you while you were being killed." And he cried loudly. And he said, "Oh my father, I can never forget you." ألا لعنة الله على القوم الظالمين وسيعلم الذين ظلموا أي منقلب ينقلبون. Oh Allah, for the sake of Imam Hussain alayhi salam, and for the sake of Imam Sajjad alayhi salam, and for the sake of the Shuhada of Karbala, especially for the sake of Ali Asghar, oh Allah, hasten in the reappearance of the Prophet. Oh Allah, we are sinful, but oh Allah, make us see the coming of the Prophet. Oh Allah, help us to recognize the Prophet. Oh Allah, there is a lot of oppression going on. There is a lot of tyranny going on around the world. Oh Allah, help all the mu'mineen, especially the people of Karachi, Quetta, Karachi, people of Bahrain, Yemen, Iraq, Afghanistan, and many other countries. Oh Allah, there are many people oppressed. Oh Allah, protect them all. Oh Allah, accept the du'as of all the mu'mineen and mu'minat that are present here. Oh Allah, give us all iman, and oh Allah, give us recognition of the Imam of our time. Oh Allah, there are so many people that have their hands raised. Oh Allah, do not reject the du'as of any of the people that are present. Oh Allah, accept the du'as of all the people that are present. Oh Allah, give us the shafaat and intercession of Imam Hussain on the day of Judgment. Oh Allah, in this life, make us visit Imam Hussain alayhi salatu wasalam. ربنا تقبل منا إنك أنت السميع العليم بحق محمد وآله الطيبين الطاهرين المعصومين. الله